Uh, I am assuming my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, this is visible.
Yeah, okay. Fine. Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Shraddha Dedia. I'm a chartered accountant by profession, but public speaking is my passion, and hence we are here. And this is what we'll be doing today, that is effectively managing your time. Now, one thing before we start, I would request if people can keep your videos on so that we can see the expressions and we can interact more. That will be a request to everyone. If possible, please keep your videos on so it will be more interactive. Okay, so before moving to, let me brief you about the session. Today, what we'll be learning is 7 fundas of managing time effectively. So we'll learn 7 fundas which will help you make more productive. Now, these fundas, some could be directly relatable, some could be indirectly relatable, some would be technical, and some would be practical. But when you integrate all 7 of these and start practicing in your life, I'm sure this will help you to manage your time effectively and increase your productivity. Now, the most important question which comes here is why a webinar on managing time? Uh, I'm sure you might be getting these questions in your mind that you get this feeling that someone is richer and someone is an average person, someone is intelligent, while the other is again average at academics. But there is one thing that is common for all of us, and that is 24 hours. Might have bright brains, but then time is something that is equal to all, and hence it is very important that we utilize our time in a manner that it is effectively managed. To make this session more relatable, I've taken some Bollywood examples here, which will make you realize the importance of time and why it is important to increase your productivity. Uh, Irfan Khan, the great Irfan Khan has said, सिर्फ इंसान गलत नहीं होते, वक्त भी गलत हो सकता है. वक्त ही सब कुछ है, वक्त ही बनाता है और वक्त ही बिगाड़ता है. सिक्का दोनों का होता है, हेड्स का भी और टेल्स का भी, पर वक्त सिर्फ उसी का आता है जो पलट कर ऊपर आता है. I've taken these examples to make you, before starting how to manage your time effectively, to make you realize the importance of time. I'll show you a video next, and I would request everyone to carefully see the video, and maybe we'll discuss about the video and what do you felt after watching the video, that why time management is important, in the chat box after the video is played. So I'll request everyone to please see this and hear this video carefully. Right. Is it audible? Just wait.
Imagine you had a bank account that deposited 86,400 rupees each morning. The account carries over no balance from day to day, allows you to keep no cash balance, and every evening cancels whatever part of the amount you had failed to use during the day. What would you do? Draw out every rupee each day? We all have such a bank. Its name is time. Every morning it credits you with 86,400 seconds. Every night it writes off as lost whatever time you have failed to use wisely. It carries over no balance from day to day. It allows no overdraft, so you can't borrow against yourself or use more time than you have. Each day the account starts fresh. Each night it destroys any unused time. If you fail to use the day's deposits, it's your loss and you can't appeal to get it back. There's never any borrowing time. You can't take a loan out on your time or against someone else's. The time that you have is the time that you have, and that's it. Time management is yours to decide how you spend time. Just as with money, you decide how you spend the money. It is never the case of us not having enough time to do things, but the case of whether we want to do them and where they fall in our priorities. So use your time wisely.
Okay. Use your time wisely. That's what we have learned in this video. Why they say that use your time wisely? Because time is something which is equal for everyone. Money, you can earn it more than somebody else. Money, you can take a loan from someone else. But time, there's no loan on time. There's no way to find out more time in a day. And hence, it is very important that we use our time wisely and effectively. And that's what we'll be learning in the next hour, that why and what are the 7 fundas in which we can manage our time effectively. I would like to know from people uh, in the chat box whether you realize the importance of time from this video or not. Let us make it more interactive. Yeah. Also, I would request people if you can keep your videos on and let us make it interactive so that we saw that time is really important. Now let's begin with the 7 different fundas in which we can make our time effective. I'm sure everyone would be getting this feeling, right? That sometimes you get the feeling that a house, my neighbor gets more, more dhoop, but I don't get it. My neighbor gets more rain. That house in the opposite lane gets more rain, but our lane doesn't get. Similarly, everyone would be getting this feeling, right? उसके पास बहुत टाइम है, लेकिन मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है. ये सबको फील होता होगा, राइट? उसके पास बहुत टाइम है, पता नहीं कहाँ से आता है. मेरे पास टाइम ही नहीं है, वक्त ही नहीं है. इसीलिए इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट we plan our day so that we can manage our time. The first funda which we'll be seeing, which we'll learn today, is to begin with the toughest job first. I know when I'm speaking here that you should start with the toughest job first in a day, you might not feel the importance. But for a minute, let's take a pause and see this video and realize the importance of starting your day with the toughest task first. And then we'll see what happens if we do that. So please see this video carefully and let us discuss later. This is the jar of life. If you guys can just help me in the chat box, what is a small realization that you have made after seeing this video? Maybe then we can discuss it. It'll be fun if everyone interacts. Prioritizing work. Yes, correct. So that's what our first funda is all about. You need to start with the toughest job first. Okay, when we start with the toughest job first, what are the benefits? Firstly, you get more confidence, because then okay, let us divide this into two examples. I'm sure there would be some students here and some would be working professionals. Okay, so for example, if I'm studying my CA finals, and ISKA is a subject which I absolutely don't like and I find it tough. Now, tough is very subjective. For some people, tough would be accounts. For some, it would be ISKA. So, what I should do ideally, I should start with ISKA first. I should start my day with the toughest job. And toughest in real sense doesn't mean that actually tough, but something which you feel like postponing it. कि यार अभी नहीं करना है. I'll do it later. I don't like this. So start with that task first. When you do that, there are multiple benefits to it. Firstly, you don't get stress. You feel positive. You feel that अरे अब ये कर लिया तो everything else is easily manageable in a day. You get more confidence. And when there is no stress, there's more confidence. Your efficiency tends to increase, right? Similar example we can take with something which you do in office. For example, sometimes I tend to do that if I have to send a report which I feel that this might take time and this is really tough for me. I tend to push it later, right? I'm sure everyone would be facing it कि पहले ना बाकी सब छोटे छोटे टास्क कर लेता हूँ, ये बाद में कर लेंगे, बिकॉज मैं इससे स्टार्ट करूंगा ना फिर पूरा दिन ये होता है, तो लेट मी डू दिस. And then, by the time you are trying to accommodate the toughest task in your day, you are already exhausted. And then again, there is no, again, you have that stress, right? The stress is still there that you have to complete it. That is what you have to get rid with. Start with the toughest job first. Please let me know whether this makes sense or not. I'm sure if you start implementing this is going to help you a lot. This will definitely help you. Yes, of course. So then let's say this together. Let's make this a mantra. जो सबसे कठिन होगा वहीं से शुरू दिन होगा. जो सबसे कठिन होगा, the task which is difficult the most, वहीं से शुरू दिन होगा. I'll start my day with that, and then I'll get more confidence, no stress, and I will improve my efficiency. So this is what our first funda was all about. Second funda. Okay. Tell me, if I'm talking to you as of now, I'm interacting with you, and how would you feel if suddenly if I get a message and I start replying to that, tuck, 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 I'm replying to my emails, you'll feel disrespectful, you will feel insulted, and that's what we all are doing to our time. We are disrespecting our time. We are insulting our time. We are insulting and disrespecting our work. You have to remove distraction from your life. And now these distractions, again, I said I will try to divide it into two examples, one for students and one for working professionals. For students, what I understand is the major distraction could be social media while I'm studying, and I get WhatsApp, I get Instagram, and I tend to reply it, and I'm not justifying my work, neither I'm justifying my social media. In that case, and distraction could be anything. For some people, it can be social media. For some people, it can be television. Whatever it is, you need to remove distraction. You can give a specific time. Maybe रात को 1 hour I'll watch TV, and that's what. Okay, this is an example for students. Now, let us look at working professionals. And after I give an example for working professionals, I'm sure you guys will feel that this really makes sense. Because for working professionals, social media would not be a distraction because we are matured enough that, while working, we will not look at our WhatsApp or we'll be on Facebook, Twitter. Of course, we won't do. But unintentionally, what we try to get distracted from is, for example, if I am starting my day, I came to office, I saw that these are 6 7 emails, and I have planned my work. Now I am working, I'm continuing to work, and I start getting emails. What I tend to do, I'm sure everyone would be doing this. You can write in the chat box if you find it relatable. While you guys are working, you get a pop-up, an email from someone else which was not planned. You tend to go and open that email, and you get that feeling that let me reply to this email. And this is what distraction is for professionals. That is a distraction. When you have planned your day, you have planned your day in the morning, and you get emails, or you especially unplanned and unscheduled calls and meetings. You can do it, there's not a problem in that. But when you have already planned a day, you can revert them, right? Okay, today my day is already planned, and this will be of course you don't have to tell them, but you have to tell it to yourself that this is a distraction to me. I cannot randomly take stuffs. So it's okay if you have your seniors and your team members, with them you can do a call anytime. But if you get calls from some other teams, requests and meeting calls, that let us do a meeting, that is unscheduled, you can try to avoid it. This is what a distraction is for a working professional. I'm sure this everyone would be facing. If you can let me know in the chat box this happens to you or not. And this distraction will definitely reduce your productivity and your efficiency. Hence, it is very important, if you want to remain manage your time effectively, to remove such distractions from your life. You can let me know if this was relatable or not. Let us make it more interactive. It will be fun if we make it more interactive. Yes. See, I'm getting yes, it happens all the time. I'm sure unscheduled calls and the tendency to reply emails that are, that come in between your work always happens to everyone. So let us try and remove distraction. When you integrate this and with other 7 pandas that we learned today, I'm sure this will help you manage your time effectively. So this is what our mantra should be. ध्यान को भटकाना नहीं है, उसे अटकाना है. ध्यान को भटकने मत दो, उसे अटकाओ. इसी से productivity बढ़ेगी, and you will become more efficient and you can manage your time effectively. Now the third rule that we'll be learning here, this might appear to be technical, and yes, of course it is, but by practice, I'm sure you'll be able to overcome this as well. It is called the 80-20 rule. That is the Pareto rule. I'm sure few of you may have already heard about this rule. It generally happens that 20% of your tasks contribute to 80% of your efficiency, right? It also happens that we can see the practical examples, because this rule will not only help you to manage time, but will also help you in managing your life. It will help you in life management also. Generally it happens, right? 20% of your friends are 80% connected to you all the time. If say you are studying, 20% of chapters earn you 80% of marks. 20% of your products sometimes earn you 80% of the revenue. And that is what we have to identify, 20% of activities which can improve your efficiency by 80%. And this will come if you start practicing it. And how can we do that? I'll give an example also to make it very relatable when you are working into your office. Okay, let us take a normal example first, and then an example which is more relatable. Let us start with a life example. For example, I have listed down activities that I want to do in a day, like waking up, meditating or exercising, study, reading, eating healthy stuffs, watching movies, phone calls, and learning a new skill. Now, I have identified 20% of activities which increases 80% of productivity. For me, this can be very subjective. There is a disclaimer here. This could be very subjective, but for me, example, waking up on time and doing my exercise can generate my 80% of productivity. How? When I'm up on time, everything else that I have scheduled will automatically be on time because I have started my day on time. Okay, so that's what you need to do while you are in office or when you are studying. Identify 20% of activities. Now I'll give you an example which is very relatable. I go to office. There are two activities in my everyday, out of the whole day that is planned. One is I just need to delegate my work to a junior so that he starts working on it. And second is I have to send an email to another team member who can then start working on a project that we are jointly doing. And then there are other stuffs like I have to prepare a report, I have to file a return, I have to draft a legal opinion, etc. etc. Now I have identified 20% of activity. First, that is delegating to my junior so that he starts actually working on it. And second, sending an email to another colleague from another team so that he can start working on a project that we are jointly doing. When I do identify these two tasks and work upon it and implement it, it is very obvious that things will start moving fast. And that's what you have to do. You have to identify those 20% of your activities that can lead to 80% productivity. You can let me know whether this makes sense or not. And if you have some other examples to relate it, of course we can discuss it here because this is an interactive session. Is it relatable or not? If you identify 20% of your activities, like just delegating, and which will lead to quickly start working, of course that will help you to increase your productivity. Well, guys, let's make it interactive. Exactly. So people are saying we can delegate 20% of the part, and that's what we are looking for, right? We need to identify those activities. So this is the third funda that we have learned. It is called the 80-20 Pareto rule. Identify 20% of your activities that can increase 80% of productivity. This may look technical, but trust me, once you start implementing it, this will really help you in life to increase your productivity. Now the fourth funda that we are going to learn here, or that that I'm going to present here, will really help you, and you would be really thankful that you have learned this funda. I just want to know in the chat box how many of you know the quadrant system of time. You can just write a yes or no so that it'll be relatable to for me to explain the quadrant system of time. No, no. Okay. Now let us have a look at the quadrant system of time. So basically, what I have done here is I have identified my activities as urgent, important, not urgent but important, urgent but not important, not urgent but and not important. What you need to do is you have to just take out 5 minutes of your time in a day. Identify activities that are urgent and important, and you need to do that first. This is called prioritizing, but this is in a technical way, right? You prioritize work, but you don't do it in a technical way. For example, if I have to generate a report or file a return, a tax return, which has a due date today itself, it is urgent for me as well as important, right? In that case, what I do is I should do it first because it is urgent and important. There could be cases that are not at all urgent, but that are important. You have to schedule such tasks. You have to identify urgent तो नहीं है, ये कल भी कर सकते हैं, but it is important. That means I have to look into it, but it is not urgent. So I can schedule it. कि चलो, I'll schedule it, I'll plan it, I'll do it tomorrow. As I told you, this is prioritization, but in a more technical way. And I have started implementing it, and with practice, this will definitely come, and you will exactly know what to do. Let us look at the third quadrant, something which is urgent. For example, one of your client has asked you for a report which is urgent and they need it today itself, but which is not really important, which doesn't need your time. You can delegate it, right? That makes sense. It is urgent, you have to do it today, but it is not important, that may not need your time. You can delegate it to your team member. So they start working on it, and then you can just have a look at it and publish it to your client. So that is called the third quadrant. So you, when your task falls in third quadrant, you need to delegate it. There could be something which is not urgent and not important. You can decide whether to delay it or delete it. And trust me, I would like to know in the comments whether you find this useful or not. With the examples that I've given, we'll do a small exercise which may take 5 minutes, just to make you guys practice this, because me saying this and you actually practicing this will make a lot of difference. And once you start getting a habit of identifying your work and putting it into quadrants, trust me, your effectiveness will improve a lot. Let us do a small activity here. I've given some very basic tasks. You have to start realizing whether this is urgent, important or not, and start dividing it into the 4 quadrants. You may not share it here, but I just want everyone to get a sense of how practicing this quadrant system will really help you in daily life. So let us work for 3 to 5 minutes. There's a project that has a deadline to be submitted today itself. Sending an urgent but not so important email. There are some important notes that are to be read. There's a phone call to be done to an old friend. Exam preparations, which is near appearing. Calling an office guy for some meeting discussion urgently on an issue that can be done tomorrow. Some exercise you need to do for maintaining health. Watching a movie. Payment of bill, which has a due date today itself. Scheduling a meeting on some petty issue. Watching educational videos. Playing a game. I would request everyone to do this self exercise, because I want people to start getting this sense of practicing this urgent important quadrant system, and then let me know whether after learning this quadrant you found this useful to divide your task and understand whether to do it, whether to schedule it, whether to delegate it, or whether to delay it. The whole purpose of making you all do this activity of identifying and putting it in the quadrant system is to make you realize that this is how you should do. I'm sure you guys would be knowing what is urgent, important, not important, but technically you didn't realize that you can do this first, you can schedule it, delegate it, and delay it. Okay, so I've got a very good question. How can we actually use it in office? Do you think someone will sit in the morning and do this on paper? With my experience, I would like to say that practically nobody goes to office, takes a paper and do this. Not really. But when you know this quadrant system, and when I get a work, I tend to start thinking in my mind whether this is if this is not urgent but it is important, let me just schedule it. And with practice this will automatically come. Trust me, I have seen I've shown this quadrant to many of my colleagues and many of my friends, and once they know this quadrant, they don't do it practically on a paper, but they get this sense in their mind that okay, I know I have to fit this in the quadrant, so let me just delegate it because this is urgent but not important. Of course, if you can do it on a paper, like even if you do it twice a week, that would be really good, because then you have this habit of writing. But I'm saying even for those who don't have this habit of writing on a paper, if they know this quadrant, what is to be done, they will automatically if they know this quadrant, they will automatically start thinking in their mind that this can be delegated or this can be delayed. Okay, someone says that delete should not be there. Yeah, I mean, not delete. That's why I've given an option that you can either delay or delete it as per your comfort. Of course, delay is the first preference. You can delay it, but there could be tasks which are not supposed to do. And if you feel that it's okay to delete, only then you delete. So it's a mixture of both. You can either delay, which preference should be given to delay, and then delete. Okay. Uh, we've done this activity. I've just this is very subjective, and I have just put it in the quadrant. What I wanted everyone to do was to just start getting this practice and start thinking it in your mind that whether you should do it schedule, delegate, or delay. If after doing the practice, if you guys can just write it in the chat box whether you found this useful and practical, it'll be good if you can start writing in the chat box. I think we are 40, roughly 40, 45 people here. I need some response. Let us make it interactive. Do you think this really makes sense, the quadrant system? Okay, yes. So I will again request everyone to start using this quadrant system so that you can, effectively manage your time. Because I know you know that things are not urgent, not important, but you don't know whether to schedule it or to delegate it or to do it. Once you start practicing this, start doing this for even your daily tasks. You just have to make a call to a friend, but that is important. So you feel that okay, let me just schedule it. When you have a look at this, you will automatically start feeling it and you will start incorporating it. So that was our that was our fourth funda, the quadrant system. Okay, now as I said, there are some fundas which are directly relatable, and while there are some other fundas which are indirectly relatable. This is one of it. It is called the 90-20 rule. The 90-20 rule is in a general survey says that after 90 minutes of work, you need to rest for 20 minutes. Now, this is not a thumb rule, and you don't have to, implement this at workplace that 90 minutes work काम कर लिया, अब 20 मिनट रेस्ट लेना ही है. 90 minutes पढ़ाई कर ली, अब 20 मिनट रेस्ट लेना ही है. No, this is just a general rule which tries to emphasize that when you are working and working and working, you need to recharge yourself. You can take a 5 minutes break, just recharge yourself, have a coffee, and this will definitely help you to increase your productivity. This is actually required because even if you look at your mobile phones, you have to recharge your mobile phones after regular intervals. When you are going out on a trip in a car, you need to charge your battery like regularly. There are things that you have to keep charging yourself. So don't take into actual terms. This is a survey which says the 90-20 rule. But of course, when you are working for say stretch 3 hours, a 5 minute break can definitely help you to increase the next 3 hours. And trust me, though this is indirectly related, this is going to definitely help you to increase your productivity. Yeah, see, I'm getting this. It is really very useful. Of course. So, especially those, I would recommend that after 3 hours of continuous work, just take a 5 minutes break. It could be a coffee break. It could just, what I used to do, I used to just put my head down and take a 5 minutes nap. That's it, 5 minutes. And I would be so refreshed to start my work. And, the next 3 hours would be more effective for me. Hence, a regular break is really important. Elongated breaks are not required, but of course, regular breaks are required. And I'm sure if someone is already using this formula, you can let us know in the chat box whether you find it useful or not. Because I'll tell you, because when you take regular breaks, when you recharge yourself, your productivity increases for sure. When you guys would have been studying for CA and elongated hours, a 2 minutes break would have really helped you to feel refreshed and feel recharged and start your work in a better way. Of course, yeah. So this is what, though this is indirectly related, but this would be really useful when you start implementing it. And it's not necessary that 3 hours के बाद ही लेना है. Even if after 4 hours you feel exhausted, just take a 2 minutes, a 5 minutes quick break. Uh, have a coffee, just sit for some time, think about something good, uh, sketch a small 5 minutes thing in your rough pad, and it will really help you to increase your productivity. Again, I'm saying, though this is indirectly related, this will help you to increase your effectiveness. Okay, this is again a really important and a very useful tip, very useful funda. I'll give you with a practical example. Few years back, I had joined my gym, and sometimes I tend to, for example, the gym exercise was for an hour, and I was 30 minutes late. I used to call my gym trainer. Uh, the exercise is for an hour, and now I'm already 30 minutes late. So let's do one thing. I'll not come. I'll just skip the task. And then he taught me this, that no, even if you do it, even if you are late, it's okay. You don't have to skip the task. You can reduce the scope. Do it for half an hour. And I think this is practically what this everyone would find it relatable. When you are in office, you have to make a report, and you thought that this will take an hour, and you have to uh, rush for a meeting in half an hour. So you feel like saying this to yourself that okay, let me do this tomorrow. Let me just skip for today, and I'll do it tomorrow because अब सिर्फ half an hour ही बचा है, and ये 1 घंटे का काम है, तो यार नहीं करना, आप कल ही करेंगे. And this is one mistake that every one of us does. I would suggest everyone reduce the scope, but don't skip the task. When you reduce the scope and do your task today, the half task. When you do it today, it will give you more confidence to start your day tomorrow. It will give you less stress. And once you have more confidence and less stress, the effectiveness, the efficiency will definitely increase. The same things happen when you are studying that इस chapter को तो 1 घंटा लगने वाला था, अब जाने दे, नहीं होगा. Please don't do this. Start implementing this. Don't skip the task. Reduce the scope, and this will really help you to manage your time. Let me know if this makes sense or not. I'm sure this will make sense when you start implementing it, because then next day you will come to office like, अरे कल मैंने आधा टास्क कर लिया ना, अब तो आई एम वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट कि कल मैंने इतना कर लिया, तो आज तो बस आधा ही करना है, इजीली हो जाएगा. और यही करना है आपको. This is what you have to do. This seems technical, but no, when you start practically using it, this will be very useful. Okay, I just want to know in the chat box, does this really happen to you? You feel like आज नहीं करना है बिकॉज इसको ज्यादा टाइम लगने वाला था, अब कल ही करेंगे. एटलीस्ट कैन आई गेट अ रिस्पॉन्स टू दैट? वी आर 45 पीपल हियर. होता है कि नहीं आप लोगों के साथ ये? ऑफ कोर्स, आई एम श्योर सबके साथ होता होगा. या So when you find this relatable कि आपके साथ हो रहा है, now start implementing this. Reduce the scope. Don't skip the task. And trust me, next day when you come to office, you will feel confident. You will feel positive कि यार मैंने कल आधा टास्क कर दिया था ना, तो आज तो इतना ही करना है. Let me just start my day quickly. I'll finish it and I'll just do it. Okay, this sounds funny, but you have to say this to yourself. चाहे वक्त है कम, पर बंदे में है दम. चाहे कम है वक्त, पर लौंडा है सख्त. Even if the time is less, I will do it. I will not skip the task. I will reduce the scope. I will not skip the task. चाहे कम है वक्त, पर लौंडा है सख्त. You know, I'm trying to get this humorous sayings here because this is easy to remember, and I've seen people coming and telling me that मैंने आपका वो जो आपने मुझे सिखाया था ना, चाहे कम है वक्त पर लौंडा है सख्त, वो मुझे काफी बार याद आता है. Then I feel motivated that let me not skip the task. I will reduce the scope, but I will not skip the task. So you have to keep this in mind. चाहे वक्त है कम, पर बनने में है दम. चाहे कम है वक्त, पर लौंडा है सख्त. हम इसे आज ही करेंगे, जितना होगा उतना करेंगे. And this is also important for people who try to manage work life balance. Again, I'm repeating, people who try to manage work life balance, it is of course important to have a good work life balance. And if you feel that आज के लिए आधा भी किया, and if I leave office on time, I give time to my family, you will feel positive when you go to your place. Because sometimes क्या होता है, हम काम नहीं करते और हम घर पे जाते हैं, you have that stress in your mind, and that also impacts your family life. When you are talking to your family, you feel that comes in your subconscious mind. In your subconscious mind, you get this feeling that I didn't start the task, now I have to really do it tomorrow. It is really stressful, and that all comes in your family when you are talking to your near ones. So to have a good work life balance, start implementing this, because then you'll get this confidence and a good calmness of mind that I've completed half of the task, going positively to my home. Make sense? Okay. Now we'll go to the seventh funda. Again, as I said earlier, that there could be some fundas which are directly relatable and some which are indirectly relatable. The seventh one, before telling you the funda, I'll tell you a story. So there were two birds flying in the air, and they saw a rocket flying, and they started discussing that this rocket is just moving in such great speed. How is that possible? The other bird said, "Arey, can you see? उसकी पूंछ पे ना आग लगी है, and that's why he's going fast. उसकी पूंछ पे आग लगी है, and that's why he's going fast. और यही जो आग है ना, ये आग हमें भी लगानी है. हमारी पूंछ पे, हमारी लाइफ में हमें एक आग लगानी है to get moving fast in life. And for that, it is really very important to start taking inspirations from people." अब आपको लगता होगा कि how is this related to time management? But trust me, it is, and I can practically explain you why. For example, if you want to do something in studies, you can take inspiration from Abdul Kalam. If you want to do something in say business, take inspiration from Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani. If you want to become a cricketer, you can take inspiration from Mithili Raj or Sachin Tendulkar. Now, when I'll give you a practical example, when you are in office, and there's always one person that you all look up to in office, that okay, that senior of mine is just so perfect. He does everything correctly. He never leaves his work. He's still he manages his work life balance, or he's so good at presentations. He's so good at his work. He's so good when he's in front of client. When you start taking inspiration, you get that feeling that okay, I have to become like him, and hence it is very important for me to manage time the way he is managing. And when you have an inspiration with yourself, your productivity tends to increase, because then you get the feeling कि हाँ यार मुझे उसके जैसा बनना है, तो मेरे लिए बहुत important है कि वो जो करे वो मैं करूँ. And again I said, this will appear to you as something which is not directly related to time management, but when you start taking this inspiration from someone, this will again help you to increase your productivity. Not manage your time, but increase your productivity. And when your productivity increases, of course this will help you to manage your time, right? Now just give a thought for 2 minutes, कि आपको ऑफिस में किसके जैसा बनना है, और या फिर स्टडीज में व्हेन यू थिंक कि एंड ऑटो रिक्शा वाले की लड़की ने सीए में फर्स्ट रैंक लाया, एंड दैट इज एन इंस्पिरेशन. When she can do it with all such difficulties, why can't I do? And when I get that feeling that when she can do it, why can't I do, I will start respecting my time. कि if I want to do it, I'll manage my actively, and that will help you to increase your productivity. So chat box, whether now you think this makes sense, that taking inspiration is really important to help you increase productivity and ultimately improve your and effectively manage your time. Exactly. Exactly. So start taking inspiration. You can read books, or maybe just look at the way someone else performs, and you will feel inspired. And when you feel inspired, you will get this habit of respecting your time and not wasting it. Now we've learned some 7 fundas. As I said, you have to integrate all of these. It may seem, practically, you may feel that it kaise karenge, but once you start exercising all these 7 fundas and start integrating it, like the first one, what we learned, that begin with the toughest job first. Now that if you start integrating with the quadrant system, you will understand, okay, this is the toughest job, but whether it falls in first quadrant or the second quadrant or the third quadrant, and then you will understand that, okay, let me do this first, or let me schedule it. So you have to integrate all of these 7 fundas. uh, I'll tell you the purpose of sharing these 7 fundas. The normal time management practices, I'm sure everyone would be following, like keeping reminders, using sticky notes on your desk, or maybe writing it in a notepad. And of course, it is a very good practice. You have to do it. Uh, वो है कि कैसे करना है, but what we have learned is क्या करना है. And these 7 fundas are again something which will help you to effectively manage your time, along with what you always keep doing, like writing it in a notebook. Of course you will write it in your notebook, but how? You will write that what is the toughest job, or today I will reduce the scope but not skip the task, or I will fit it in this quadrant. तो आप जो कर रहे थे नोटबुक में लिखना या स्टिकी नोट बनाना, वो तो आप कंटिन्यू करो, ऑफ कोर्स, but you have learned how to do it practically in a more technical way, which will help you to increase your productivity. Most importantly, don't waste your time. Even if you do everything else, you use these 7 fundas, you write it in notebook, you have all other practices, you use apps to manage your time, but you don't really have to waste your time. ये जवानी है दीवानी, I'm sure everyone you रणबीर कपूर says, वक्त किसी के लिए नहीं रुकता, बीतता वक्त है लेकिन खर्च हम होते हैं. बीतता वक्त है लेकिन खर्च हम होते हैं. आपको अपने आप को खर्च होने नहीं देना है, वक्त को वक्त को बीतने नहीं देना. Very effectively, let's summarize what we have learned today. First thing first, do the toughest job first. हमने सीखा that जो सबसे कठिन होगा उसी से शुरू दिन होगा. We saw the jar of life where we saw that once we start with the toughest task first, there is always place to fit in the other tasks which are not tough or which are not important. So you need to start with toughest job first. जो सबसे कठिन होगा उसी से शुरू दिन होगा. Remove distraction from life. It could be social media distractions or unscheduled calls or unscheduled mails. It could be anything which you find it distractive. As I said, for working professionals, at least for me, there are emails which I tend to reply in between, which can be done at the end of the day, right? So आपको वो distraction नहीं लाने देना है in your life. The 80-20 rule, which we again saw with an example. Identify 20% of your task. For example, we saw that one task is to delegate it to my junior, and the second task is to give it to some other team members so that both of them start working on it. Now that 20% of my task will increase 80% of the productivity, and that is what you need to do in your life. Identify 20% of task which will increase 80% of your productivity. Then we saw the quadrant system, that is the urgent important matrix, where you can just, in your subconscious mind, even if you don't write, writing is a very good habit, but even if you don't write, you can just think about it, whether it is important and urgent, then I will do it right now. I will schedule it, delegate it, or maybe delay it. So start practically using that matrix. Then we saw that after some minutes of work, just take a 5 minutes of break, which will again help you to increase your productivity. The sixth point that we saw was reduce the scope, but don't skip the task. चाहे वक्त है कम पर बंदे में है दम. चाहे वक्त कम है वक्त पर लौंडा है सक. Reduce the scope, but don't skip the task. And this sixth point is really important. I would request everyone to start implementing this, and trust me, you will feel more. You will get more confidence when you go home. You will feel like, okay, I've done this, and this will help you to even manage your work-life balance, because then you don't have stress when you are at home or when you are talking to your children or your spouse or your parents. Otherwise, you have that in your subconscious mind कि यार मेरे को आज करना था, I didn't do it. Now tomorrow again I'll have to do it. Rather, you'll get the feeling that I didn't have time, but I completed half of the task. Now I just have to complete the next half. Tell me if this makes sense or not. I'm sure when you start doing this, this will really make sense. And the last one that we saw was take inspiration. Again, I'm saying that this appears to be something which is not directly related, but when you start taking inspiration, it will definitely give you a push to respect your time, to give time importance when you are taking inspiration and you want to become like someone else. I would also like to get feedbacks on the chat screen. Did you find the 7 fundas useful? Is there any other way in which you guys are exceptionally managing your time, which you can share in the interests of all? We are almost 40 participants. If even you share your experience here, you can give some practical examples here. It will be good for everyone in the group.
So we have allowed everyone to unmute themselves, and if anyone has a question, they can ask a question or they can write it down. Shraddha will answer.
Shraddha is there. I think Rajat, she is left. I cannot see her actually.
No, Shraddha is there. We can see her. She's here.
Okay. Shraddha, this is Priyanka. Are you able to see me? Able to
Priyanka,
hear.
we can see you.
Are
Shraddha,
you?
you have to unmute yourself. Shraddha, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I am
Okay.
not on mute. I'll just stop sharing my screen now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Priyanka.
Hi. Shraddha, as you said that we should start the day with the toughest job. Oh, sometimes I have been doing that, but what happens is my entire day goes into the toughest job, and I realize at the end of the day, like many of the tasks have been left behind, which were also supposed to be done, small things. So how to handle that kind of a situation?
Okay, I've been getting this question in almost every training that I do.
Yeah.
What I suggest is when I said that we have to integrate all the 7 fundas that we have learned here. So
Right.
what I suggest people is that when you start with the toughest job, and then you feel that you are not meeting the matrix that you had, for
Right.
example,
Right.
then maybe you can take a small break, like a 2 minutes break, and think for yourself that is it okay if I, have done the job which was to be done. I'm sure sometimes it also happens that when you start with the toughest job and you fail at it. Sometimes it happens.
Right.
You
Right.
feel demotivated throughout the day. But when
Exactly.
you integrate it with the quadrant system, like what I generally do is practically, I start my day with something which I keep postponing. That यार ये अभी नहीं करना है. I'm not in a mood to do this. This is really tough for me. So then, after trying it for some time, I take a break, a small pause, and I think that whether I'm missing out on the quadrant that I had prepared. Maybe this task is tough, but it is something which can be scheduled. So I take a break and I schedule it. And once you start integrating all these 7 fundas, it seems अभी बोलने में ऐसा लगेगा कि यार this is very technical, but it takes only a week to start implementing these 7 fundas. Then you will feel more positive, and at least you will get this feeling that though I couldn't complete it, or maybe I couldn't complete the other task, but the toughest job was done. Sometimes I'll give you an example. When I was studying my CA, for me इसका was really tough. So what I did, sometimes होता था कि पूरा दिन मेरा चला जाता था. I couldn't do accounts. बट नेक्स्ट डे व्हेन आई गेट अप, मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि अरे मैंने इसका मैनेज कर लिया था कल. अकाउंट्स मेरे लिए बहुत इजी है. जो मुझे 1 घंटा लगने वाला था, आई थिंक आई कुड डू इन 45 minutes. So that starts happening. So the important learning here is to start with the toughest job, but also should not miss out on the matrix that we have learned. So integrating it will help everyone here.
Thank you.
Shraddha, tell
Thank
me
you.
one thing.
Yeah.
I'll ask a question. So it's all about prioritizing, right? So when we deal with clients, so every client says that his work is urgent and his work is important, and he wants it to be done within minutes. Or at first, the moment you got a call at 10 a.m. in this, everyone
Yeah.
wants us a reply. So how do we prioritize? Everyone says we are urgent, we are important.
Okay. So this is
Even for an employee who is working with, let's suppose, 2 seniors, for
yeah.
both the seniors, they say my work is important, my work is urgent.
Yeah, I mean that's true, and I'll tell you. Even I was working with one of the big fours, and I used to get this. This is really urgent. This is important, both. So what I tend to do is I discuss it with my senior, because for me it is very important what they tell me. And of course, I think all of us are here professionals, and we know what is the scope of our work which we want to deliver our client. तो समटाइम्स क्या होता था कि रिटर्न फाइल करना है एग्जाम्पल, तो वो मुझे पता है दैट इज अर्जेंट एज वेल एज इम्पोर्टेंट. So I used to prioritize it, and I used to fit it in the first quadrant and do it. Sometimes they used to come with something which was not in our scope of work that we are giving, but you don't want to say a no to a client, right? They will come and say that I want an opinion on this and it's very urgent. And then in that case, what we used to do, we used to I used to delegate it to my junior, whom I know. Of course, you have this team. You have this team comfort. You know that some junior will help you to do it if it's important, right? Then I used to delegate it. कि this is urgent. Client को आज ही चाहिए. If you can just work out on this and send it to me for review, I'll quickly take 5-10 minutes and we can send it across. So this is how we used to manage it. And of course, sometimes, as I said that, the second lesson that we learned, that removing distraction. And for us as working professionals, as I said, that unwanted calls or meetings or even emails are kind of distraction, and we have to learn to say a no, or at least say that this will take time. So this is again one kind of distraction that every one of us are facing, being client facing. I mean, all of us would be your client facing. So again, that is one distraction which we don't want to say a no to the client. But again, we can tell them that our day is planned, and maybe give us some time, we'll do it.
Again, we need to manage and prioritize ourselves.
Yeah, and that is one kind of distraction that everyone faces. Like unscheduled work comes up. So that's how we used to do it in our office. Wherever possible, we first try to convince client that okay, we have a day planned, but we'll try our best to give it to you today. But in case if doesn't happen, you have to give me some time. I mean, we won't even say a no, but we'll also let them know that our day is actually planned.
Perfect. So one last question from my side.
Yeah.
So as in a student life, if I think that myself is a student, what really happens is you told me to prioritize, and I'll always prioritize. But for me, the priority will always be giving a call to my friend or chatting with my girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever it may be. So for me, that is a priority. The moment I come to my office, I want that to happen. I don't want to work on my clients. So as an employer or as a senior, you always see that as a problem. But as an individual, as a student, I see that is the priority. Can you, somehow, so that may not be to time management. Can you share your views on that? That would be my last question.
Okay, so again, there are two things. I mean, I'll give you a solution to this, but again, I'll give a disclaimer that priority is something which is very subjective. And I think as a working professional, I would suggest everyone that during the working hours that you have, if, for example, if I tend to work 9 to 8, 9 to 7, which is the normal working hour, then at that point of time, we all should be matured enough to give priority to work. And if it's say late night, if it's 9, and still I have to complete something and give it to my office senior or a client, it is again a subjective call. At that time, you can give priority to your family if needed. But as a working professional, we are very matured enough that during office hours, or if you know that you have to deliver something on time, it is of course a priority for you, and you have to do it right. So that is what a subjective call. But what I generally do is, when I'm working, if I have decided that in a day I will work 9 to 9, because that's what my role demands. 9 to 9, I will give priority to my work. However, if I feel that after 9 I want to give time to my family, then of course, then I will think that 9 baje ke baad mere matrix mein family comes first. So I'm not encouraging people to not give time to your family, but the time you are giving to your office should be to your office, and you have to prioritize it that way.
Perfect.
And self discipline is really very important.
Perfect. Makes sense. Makes sense. Perfect. That's from me. Anyone else has a question?
Yeah, or any other experience if people want to share. This is now open for, like, experiences really help if you guys
No, we
feel
can
that.
have a group discussion if anyone wants.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be really good if anyone has any experience. If you don't speak, you can write it in the chat box, or you can just write how did you feel? Will this help you or not?
Perfect. I think
Yeah,
they are already have got a lot of information from you. And
yeah,
so let's close, Shraddha.
yeah, sure.
So
Thank
thank you so very much to Shraddha for giving her time and all the 7-8 points that she has given. We hope that we'll be able to take the best benefit out of it, and we'll distribute this presentation that Shraddha has provided us. We'll distribute to everyone.
yeah,
And if anyone has a question, Shraddha will have a contact details most likely in the presentation.
yeah.
And
I will give my email ID, and yeah,
yes,
anyone
and
can reach out.
anyone can ask any difficult questions to her. She'll answer without any charge.
I think
Yeah,
there is
yeah.
a question, Shraddha. I think there is a question from
Okay.
Shobita, which says how you manage your articleship with
Articleship with
studies.
studies.
Right.
Okay. So I'll tell you, I came from a college which was very strict about attendance, which was really very strict about attendance. So I had this, I had to start my day by attending college. Then I went to classes for 2-3 hours every day. Of course, that was during article shift, and Saturday, Sundays I had full day classes. So at that time, I had this understanding. I'll give you a tip that if you are doing your article shift and before you enroll for your classes, you should definitely have a discussion with your senior. I mean, I have seen cases where people just enroll for classes on random timings, and then they don't meet expectations of your office. So first and foremost thing, whenever you are doing your classes or planning a study, just discuss with your seniors. No, everyone here have come from the same background. Everyone used to manage articleship with studies, so they will understand. Even your trust me, even your seniors will help you plan your day. So that is the first most thing you should do, because if that is planned, you exactly know what time of the day you have to give to your studies, because you have already discussed with your senior. So even your senior will not unnecessarily trouble you during that time कि ये करके दो वो करके दो. तो एक कंफर्ट हो जाता है कि आपको उतना टाइम डेडिकेटेडली सिर्फ पढ़ाई करनी है. आपको भी अपना दिन प्लान करने में काफी इजी हो जाता है. सो डिस्कस विथ योर सीनियर्स, दैट विल रियली हेल्प यू. सेकेंड थिंग इज दैट व्हेन यू प्लान अ शेड्यूल कि आपको 6 बजे उठ के ये करना है. अगेन आई सेड दैट one of your task is getting up on time. If you do that, that is, for example, 10% of the activity. When we look at the 80-20 Pareto rule, and when you get up on time, that is 10% of a task, you will automatically feel कि बाकी का दिन तो effectively जाएगा ही, because getting up on time itself is a task, and when you do it, you will definitely have a good day, effective day. Again, as I said, take regular breaks, like study के बाद 5-10 minutes break, long elongated hours के बाद. That will again help you to uh, you know uh, productively manage your time. And okay, now when you are saying, I know this is some off bit to others, but for student I'll give you a tip, uh, that most of the time it happens that 40% of your chapters earn you 60 to 80% of your marks. And it is very important that you identify those questions in a chapter, or maybe those chapters. Start uh, start with that. Again, don't that the rule that we learned, the sixth rule, reduce the scope but don't skip the task. Start doing all of this, and trust me, you will feel more confident कि कल और कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा, कल उठ के और भी लगेगा कि आज ये भी स्टडी करता हूँ. एंड इंस्पिरेशन इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. स्टार्ट गेटिंग इंस्पिरेशन फ्रॉम पीपल. उससे क्या होगा कि यू विल नॉट गेट दिस टेंडेंसी ऑफ लीविंग योर टास्क इनकम्प्लीट. को लगेगा अरे मैंने इससे इंस्पायर हुई थी, शी गॉट ऑल इंडिया रैंक 1, even I want to get it, so I will keep myself inspired and I will not leave the task, and it will help you to respect your time. Again, removing distraction is one more point that we learned. So I said integration of all of these points. So what you have to do is today take some time, maybe a half an hour, and decide how you want to integrate all these 7 fundas. And then you will automatically feel like implementing it in your life. अपने आप solutions आएंगे. Okay,
Shraddha, there's one more question. It says when if a person is scheduled for time for studies, but due to some urgent work, they have to work extra in office. So how to deal with that situation? So as per, you can give your inputs. I have written my inputs on the text box, but you can also give your inputs.
Okay. I was about to say the same thing. I didn't read your message, and that is what even I do when I was doing my articleship, and I used to get some urgent work कि आज ही करना है. There are some due dates. I used to talk to my senior, and talking will really help. If you start, it will remove the procrastination feeling that you have कि यार seniors समझेंगे नहीं. That is not the case. Everyone has been through all of this. When you start talking to your seniors and plan your day, you can go to them. You can tell them कि ठीक है, ये urgent है, I will do it. But once we do it, can you just quickly help me that how do I uh, cope up with the time that have gone? And your seniors will come and tell you कि ठीक है, कल चाहिए तो थोड़ा you leave office on time and do it. So that will help. Talking with your seniors and your team members will really help you. अंदर अंदर मत रखो. Don't get the feeling of procrastination that यार मेरे से काम करवा रहे हैं. I had to study. Of course you had to mind में वो plan किया था. But it's okay. You start talking to your seniors. I think
Yeah, I agree with you totally. So I think there is a fear. There is always a fear among the articles. It was the same with us also. So,
Yeah.
but we have learned from our experience that you should talk to your seniors directly without
Exactly.
hiding anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And trust me, even if you have planned your day that आपको ये study करना है, and if you just talk to your senior once, and if the senior feels that okay ठीक है, अब जाके कर लो, maybe ये मैं client से बात कर लूँगी. Even that can happen. It's just that you should start talking. Even the seniors may understand and tell you कि ठीक है, ये कल कर लेंगे.
Do we have? I don't think so. We have any other questions.
Yeah.
So Shraddha, very thanks a lot. It was very informative and helpful also.
I would also like to
Any
thank everyone here for being such an interactive audience, and Priyanka for being such an interactive host. Even thank you, Rajat. And yeah, we look for more interactions like this.
definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.